Good morning, gentle viewers. As I was yanking on my t-shirt this morning, just randomly grabbed one out of my drawer, I noticed that once it was light enough to notice anything, I noticed that it said RV. And that doesn't stand for recreational vehicle. It stands for Rush Valley, where I used to live in Utah. And on the back of the shirt, it says the Rush Valley Herd. And what that refers to is one of my most favorite memories of soft fascination, and that is watching the wild horses, the herd, a discrete herd of wild horses that is protected on BLM lands, and it is referred to as the Rush Valley Herd by no strange coincidence. And being able to go out to the West Desert in Utah, west of Salt Lake City, and sometimes take the goats, sometimes just go for a day trip and a picnic, and being able to sit up on a hill and watch those horses down in the valley. There was a trough that was set up for the wild horses, not any free range livestock, but the horses tended to congregate there, as you can imagine they would in a desert area. And just the delight of watching them. Sometimes when I was camping with the goats, they'd come in pretty close, and they were wild and a little bit scary at times. Just a stunning memory that refreshes me and picks up my mood whenever I'm feeling a bit down. It's one of the many moments of soft fascination in nature that I can enjoy to kind of help me balance out my day and get a sense of perspective sometimes. And that's my cat weighing in on the subject as well. Sometimes she is a moment of soft fascination, and sometimes she's just truly annoying. And so I'll talk a little bit more and go into detail about attention restoration theory here shortly, once I put the cat outside. Again, I'm outside now feeding the goats, who are busy cleaning up my front lawn now that it's December, and that's their job. Now, I don't let them out here in the summer, otherwise they would clean up my garden before it is really a good idea for them to do that. But let's move right along to the important stuff for you. Have you ever wondered why some people can just blast through a project? They stay so incredibly focused, they can get so much done, and for you it's just a constant battle. Well, that's because it is a battle. There's a battle going on for your attention, and many of us lose that battle. And in this video, we're going to talk about how to win the battle for your own attention in 3 easy steps. In my previous YouTube post, I opened the topic of attention restoration theory. Attention restoration theory holds that long periods of directed voluntary attention, when we're really concentrating hard on something that we have to get done, can only go for so long without becoming exhausted, much like a very tired muscle. And when that happens, time in nature can be the fastest way to restore the energy needed to begin to complete that task refreshed. The 4 pillars of attention restoration are, in more or less order, a sense of being away, which I will talk about today, followed by soft fascination, extent, and compatibility. A sense of being away means that your brain needs a change of scenery, quite literally. You need to physically and visually remove yourself from wherever it is you are and go somewhere where there is a whole different set of dimensions that you are able to immerse yourself in. And it tells your brain you're no longer having to stress out about the previous set of limitations and restrictions and requirements. You can now just relax. Let your parasympathetic system take over, and that's our nervous system that allows us to refresh, digest, relax. And it's very different from our fight or flight response, which is powered by other parts of the brain. And our brain needs to know that we are no longer in the environment that was causing the arousal and the focused concentration that were proving to be so very taxing. So once you get into restorative nature, and the scenes you're seeing here are typical scenes that would begin a sense of being away, and it would be followed by the other pillars of attention restoration. So now I would like to share with you 3 tips that you can use to help to restore your attention when you really need it without much muss or fuss. Tip number 1, Do a little recon. Scout out an area that's close to your office or your front door. It may be a courtyard, it might be a window, it could be a close by garden or park bench. Find a place where you know there won't be too much traffic, too much noise, too many people passing by. This is not a time to socialize, because even though that is pleasant and important, it is not going to accomplish restored attention. So somewhere where you can have a relative amount of solitude. Tip number 2, get off your butt and go there. When you are fatigued after between 60 and 90 minutes, depending upon how difficult the task is, how much concentration, and just the peculiar characteristics of your own brain, go ahead and get up and go out to that spot that you have identified. And be sure to have a backup so that if that spot is occupied and you can't use it, you can quickly find a second place where you can just decompress. Tip number 3, close your eyes and breathe. Before you actually start to engage with your new environment, let your brain simmer down behind closed eyelids and breathe deeply just for a minute. It doesn't take long. 1 to 2 minutes is all you're going to need. And then open your eyes and begin to engage fully with the characteristics and the elements of the environment that you've chosen to relax in. Note the colors, note the shapes. There is a great deal of benefit to be had by noticing curvilinear shapes and soft, natural colors, because man-made structures will kick you out of a sense of being away and put you right back where your brain thinks you were before. Soft curves rather than hard edges and pleasant, subdued colors, especially green, will begin the sense of being away that your brain is craving in order to start the rest of the attention restoration process. So there are your tips. Try to use those whenever you feel like you've just really hit a brick wall. And if this video helped you at all and you believe you've gotten some use from it, please be sure to like and subscribe. And also, if you want something to just sit with in your hand on that pleasant park bench or garden area, or strolling down a garden path, oblivious to the world while you're reading a book, please check out my work, Renaturing, and it is available on Amazon. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.